Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Bhagavan Shri Krishna addressing Arjuna's condition and his acceding to his request of helping him decide and tell him what is the best for him. First starts with the highest standpoint and says there is no reason for anyone to grieve, and a knowledgeable person does not grieve for those who have left or yet to leave. After that, coming to little lower levels of understanding, Bhagavan also says that there are so many bodies we change even in this lifetime itself. So similar is the change of another body. So that also does not call for any grief. And whatever sorrows and difficulties come and go, different situations change, they are all only limited to the time of that measured experience is only till the limit of time of contact between the senses and the sense objects. So we just have to bear with those and just keep living life. Then next it was also pointed out that the truth, the ultimate truth, has no absence, and that which is not truth can never be present. So after having defined this, then he said that if we think about it, all our experiences are untrue, and the one who is, because of whom all these experiences happen, is the reality, is always there. And he gave examples of these bodies. All these bodies keep changing. Whatever we are seeing in the world keeps changing. The objects of our senses keep changing. The senses themselves keep changing. But the one enlivener of all these, that consciousness never changes. Therefore, that is my real identity. So I don't need to grieve. Now, this particular grief of Arjuna is based on people's being killed, and I don't want to kill anybody, etc. So addressing that specifically, the same principle, but addressing this
killing, not killing, etc. specifically, death of people specifically, here Sri Krishna is saying something. And these two, the forthcoming two verses, that is the verse number 19 and 20, actually are the purpose of these two verses is very special, which is there only in our tradition. The Lord Himself is speaking here, and He is giving knowledge to Arjuna. Arjuna has completely surrendered. He says, you decide what is best for me and you tell me. I am not going to even question you. There is no lack of faith or anything here. Still, Bhagavan feels any knowledge is validated only if its source is the Veda. It is a very unique thing. Veda has to be the source. Otherwise, any new idea, etc., is not considered valid by the student. Even if the student is confused, even if the student is completely trusting the teacher, whatever it may be. But the most important test for validity is that it has to be based on the Veda. So therefore here Bhagavan himself is speaking, but he is also quoting from the Upanishads. He is saying this thought has been given in the Upanishads and I am verbatim, bodily lifting these mantras. So these next two verses are actually the Upanishad mantras bodily lifted and is here being spoken to Arjuna. So we will read these two verses, the 19th and the 20th. Ya enam veti hantaram Yaschainam manyate hatam Ubhau tau na vijanitah Nayam hanti na hanyate न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे These two verses are directly lifted from Kathopanishad. And interestingly, in Kathopanishad, the 19th verse is the 19th mantra of that chapter. But the 20th one is the 18th in there. So there are people who think about this, why 19th only it is given, but that is not significant here for our discussion. But the point is, here Bhagavan is quoting the Upanishad to validate whatever he is saying. He is saying, I am talking based on the Veda. So the validity is the ultimate source of knowledge, and that is Veda. So that is where we have to verify everything. So I think this is a new theory I have brought out. Okay, is it aligned to the Veda? No, it is not aligned. No use. So Bhagavan is saying, I am not bringing out something new from my pocket. This is an age-old knowledge, but I am only presenting it to you so that you understand and apply it in this context. And in these two mantras, they are talking about killing. We will see the meaning. Yaha enam hantaram veti. The one who thinks, enam means this self, to be the killer. Yascha enam hatam manyate. And the one who understands the self to be killed. So the one who understands the self to be the killer or the killed, Both these people, both these understandings, ubhau tau na vijanitah, they don't know both what they are speaking. They don't know the truth. Why? Because ayam na hanti na hanyate. This self doesn't kill and never gets killed. This language of killing is very violent, Bhagavad Gita. No, but then this is from Kathopanishad. Oh, Kathopanishad also is violent. But the point is, Kathopanishad, Yamaraj himself is talking. The god of death is talking. So he's talking about death. And here Krishna says, let me quote that directly because that is the here main problem is that only with respect to death, that he is saying, I cannot kill anybody. I am ready to get killed. So he's saying, you are saying, I cannot kill anybody. It doesn't get killed also. And you cannot be the killer also. Means, as far as the self is concerned, it is neither the killer nor the killed. It cannot kill, it cannot be killed. So if somebody understands the self to be the killer or the killed. Now the point here is how does somebody understand the self to be the killer or the killed? Is there a way, like, do we understand? Okay, the self is the killer, the self is killed. That way we don't think. We don't think, oh, Atman is the killer. No, we don't think that way. How do we think? Like Arjuna is thinking, I don't want to kill these people. Now this I, what does I mean? In the previous verses, it was clarified, I does not mean the body, I does not mean the senses or the mind. I means the one who is the embodied one. That self is what is meant by I. Other things are all coming and going. So that which comes and goes, you just bear with them. But the one who is the embodied one, he is the one who is never absent in any experience. So that Sat, that truth, that ultimate reality is what here is speaking. And when I say I don't want to kill, otherwise I will become the killer. So the real I will never become the killer. And same way, I don't mind getting killed by them. I will not pick up my arms. No, I don't mind getting killed, but the real I will never get killed. So neither am I killing someone, nor is someone going to be able to kill me. And from the standpoint of the self, there is no someone else. So who will kill whom? Any verb is not possible. Because for a verb, there has to be a subject and an object. But here, there is no subject or object separate. There is only one, that one self. So how can that self kill or get killed? So nayam hanti na hanyate. It can neither kill nor get killed. So here this Arjuna state is similar to ours. Now here this kill. I never think like that. I never say that I will kill, I will not kill and all. Because this verb we may not be using because we are not warriors. But we use other verbs. I don't want to do this. I will never do this. I want to do this only. Action. Or somebody else is doing this to me. So these all, the verbs are changing. And with respect to our duty, we say, I don't like doing this, so I won't do this. He's saying the self is not involved in any action. So no verb is associated with the self. Then who is doing? So let the actions happen, but I am not involved. So I don't need to get affected by it. I don't need to neither do I need to stay away from it, nor do I need to get so much involved and attached to it. If it is my duty, I do it. That's all. Nayam hanti na hanyati. Neither it does something, nor something can be done to it. And further also Bhagavan is going to explain. And this same principle in brief that Bhagavan has said here, that it cannot be killed, and it is not the killer, it is not the doer, and nothing can be done to it. It is never the object of any action. Now, in the next verse, he is giving some more detail. This again is from Kathopanishad only. There are some minor changes. This I am Atma na jayate. It is not born. It is not born means what? If anything is born, then there was a time when it was not there. That is called born. Because if I say I was born on this day, then one day before that I was not there. So there is an absence before birth. So already previously itself Bhagavan has said there was never a time you, me or anybody here was not there. There was never a time like that. And there will never be a time when all of us won't be there. So which means we are never absent. And if we are never absent, then as per definition, what is my Swarupa, what is my nature? Sat. So I am that reality whose absence is never there, whether in the past or the future. Present I am experiencing, I am there. So na jayate, na mriyate va. It doesn't, I am never born, I never die. That is my nature. Now only this much if we understand that I am that which is never born and never dies, then what will happen to our mindset, our attitude, our approach to the world? I'm never born and I never die. Then whatever experiences come, I will be able to face them objectively. I will never get involved, I will never have fear, I will never have elation, dejection, nothing. I am able to objectively view everything and do whatever is necessary most efficiently, even from the transactional perspective. Because it really doesn't matter. Somebody says, happy birthday to you. Thank you. If you think so, okay. I don't get scared of anybody believing that I was born. Puja Gurudev, when we are sadhak, sometimes this happens. During our course, such things used to happen. We newly studying Vedanta, living in the Gurukul, that different Josh is there, different level is there. So then we feel that on our birthdays, we used to take Mauna. I will not talk to anybody. And then anybody comes and wishes us happy birthday, gets so agitated. It is not my birthday. Why? Because I was never born, and I want to strengthen that feeling. So much of agitation would be there, because that was complete immaturity. I was never born. I was never born. This said, I don't know. And I am scared because I already believe I am born. So if somebody else also comes and says, I am not myself established in that birthless self, and then somebody comes and says, then that becomes reinforcement for me, and I want to get out of it. So I am trying to get out of this feeling, and somebody is reinforcing that. So I become very, very agitated. No, don't come and wish me. I was not born. I don't want to. So that becomes a very immature way of reacting, because we ourselves, within ourselves, don't have that understanding or that experience or that deep feeling. So here, Puja Gurudev, initial days and all, when mission was newly formed and people were in different cities, different countries, slowly it was growing and all. So people used to write to him, Gurudev, we celebrated your birthday today, and we did so many programs and everyone was inspired and we all did that. And Gurudev would write appreciation letter, very good. If you could chant the name of the Lord, if you could inspire more and more people to study the scriptures, very good, that is what you should do. More and more people should be inspired to walk the spiritual path. He sent letters. Now these people must have gathered in some international camp or something like that. So when they discussed with each other, they found that there were three different dates of birth where letters used to go to Gurudev. We celebrated your birthday on April 23rd. Gurudev used to say, very good, well done, you should do more and more. Somebody has done in some other date and somebody in some other date. So they said, and Gurudev, very good, well done. Why? Because how does it matter to him? I was anyway not born. So the one who is not born, you celebrate every day birthday. If it is inspiring people, good. Let people believe whatever it is. How does it matter? So the one who is established in the birthless self doesn't care what day people are celebrating. Even till date, people are questioning, was 8th May really Gurudev's birthday? Because it is said in Ramanavami he was born. Then Ramanavami comes in April, no? How 8th May? I don't think it was. So even today we are having these kind of doubts. But he says, I was never born. So that it doesn't really matter. But still, for Mahatma's birthday, for us to celebrate their birthday, there is a reason. And why? That reason is they have, in this birth, understood that they are birthless. That is the purpose of celebrating birthday. And so their birthdays are celebrated. Ours are not worth celebrating. It is not a birthday only. So because we think we are born and we will die one day and we are scared of death and we want to do so many things, we want to fulfill so many desires and we have all these things. So here, na jayate, na mriyate. I am that which is never born, never dies. Kadachit, never. In no period of time was I born and never will I die. The very first name of Gurudev's 108 names. Om Ajaya Namaha. Na jayate, na mriyate va kadachit. Nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyah. Very nice poetic. There's an alliteration here. Bha, 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 bha. Nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyah. So it means that it is not something that was there, then not there, then again there. Means it is not again and again manifesting and unmanifesting. It is always as it is. So it was not a cause, it is not an effect, it will not be a cause for some future effect. No cause, no effect. Okay. Ajaha, unborn. Nityaha, eternal. Shashvataha, now not born and not dying. Okay, that is the starting and ending point is not there. But in between, is it changing? No, Shashvataha, unchanging ever. So birth and death is the first and the last modification, we may say, but in between also growth, decay, disease, all these things are also not there. Shashvataha. And he says, Puranaha. Puranaha. How old are you? I am not old, I am ancient. Old is an understatement. Puranaha, ancient. What does this Puranaha mean? Puranaha, Shankaracharya ji very beautifully defines it. Old, it's old yet new. Pura api nava. That is Purana. So that is, in general, we say that it is old yet new. Now, what can be old yet new? Only that which is beyond time can be old yet new. Because time is not affecting it. It is beyond the framework of time. Now, how is it beyond the framework of time? That is beautifully explained by Puja Gurudev. The concept of time itself. What is time? Time, if we have to just understand for our conceptual understanding, it is a interval between two events. Now, any event occurring outside first take place as thoughts. So, interval between two thoughts is time. Now, when we say, when did time begin? The time when there was a first thought, Puja Gurudev used to say, when the first thought was thoughted and the second thought is not yet thoughted, there is no time. Time is equal to 0. Only after the second thought comes, time begins. That is why its unit is second. So, first thought, there is no time. Second thought, time starts. Now, who are we talking about this self? The point is, first thought was thoughted by whom? The first thought rose where? The substratum of that first thought, which was even before the first thought. The first thought itself is timeless. The first thought itself, there is no time. That which was there even before the first thought, that self, and that is why it is ancient, yet time cannot touch it. Therefore, it is ever new. That is called Purana. So it is ever fresh. So ages before it was there. The Upanishad says, Sadeva Somedam Agre Asit Ekameva Advitiya. That Sat, that reality alone was there. There was nothing else other than that. Nanyat Kinchanam Shat. Nothing was there. Just that. And then time, space, this whole creation, all that later. Ajaha, Nityaha, Shashvataha, that unchanging, unborn, eternal reality which is beyond time, Puranaha, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Even if this limiting adjuncts, these body, etc., also undergo change and die, the self never dies. It can never get destroyed because it is Nitya. It is Shashvata. So there is no change, no destruction. Na hanyate hanyamane shari. So Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, not only that validating the knowledge that it is based on the Upanishad, but also he is telling that who are you grieving over? What is the cause of sorrow? The first verse, what did he say? Wise people do not grieve over those who have left and those who are yet to leave. Now, who is leaving? Who has left? Because as far as the self is concerned, which is the real identity, that never changes. And as far as the body is concerned, it anyway perishes. So who are we grieving? For whom? Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So as much as we keep thinking about the self, the nature of the self has been indicated in this these two verses, especially this 20th verse, and this is the, we can say, the main topic. And who am I? Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha na hanyate hanyamane sharire. This is me. I am this. This is my identity. And if I understand this as my identity, then what is the conclusion? So here Bhagavan is asking in a question form, in a rhetoric. He is asking very beautifully, 21st verse, Veda vinashinam nityam
Vedavinaśinam nityam
ya enamajam avyayam
enamajam avyayam
katham sapurushah partha
katham sapurusha partha
kam ghatayati hantikam.
bhagayati handikam.
Yaha Veda, the one who knows, whenever this pronoun Yaha comes, Yaha means the one who. Puja Gurudev used to explain this as one who knows. Yaha Veda, one who knows, means what? This Gurudev used to call Yaha as a universal pronoun. Universal pronoun means this knowledge is available for everyone. It is not only limited to a particular class of people or a particular community or particular place, age, nothing. Anybody can get this knowledge. For everyone, this is available. Yeah. I used to translate this as whoever he be, he who. That is how Gurudev used to translate. Yeah. Whoever he be. One who knows Veda, what does this person know? Enam. Enam means Enam Atmanam. One who knows the self. What is the self like? What is the nature of the self? Avinashinam. That which is indestructible. That indestructible self, the one who knows. Nityam, eternal, unchanging. Avyayam, unchanging. So such kind of eternal, indestructible, unchanging self, the one who knows, is saying, Hey Partha, oh dear Arjuna, Saha Purushaha, such a great person, such a knowledgeable person, Katham kam ghatayati, kam hanti. Then, who can he kill? Who can he get killed? And how? Katham, how? Now, this is a rhetorical question. It is not expecting an answer. But how means what? It is not possible for such a person to kill or get someone killed or feel that I will be killed. How is it possible? Why is it not possible? Because the one which is subject to change can be changed, destroyed, etc. Destruction is also a change only. So, change can be impactful on something that is subject to change, which is in the framework of change. Here, how is something like this going to be killed? Such a person who knows himself to be that self which is changeless, indestructible, eternal, how will such a person kill or get anyone killed? Now, we had done this exercise before also, we've taken this example. For example, if I am identified with my clothes, then the way I look at the world is I look at the clothes. I pay attention to the clothes. What is the material? What is the color? What is the design? What is the cost? Where did you get from? All these things will come when I am identified with the clothes in me. Same way, if I am identified with my eyes, I see everybody's eyes only. His eyes are big, his eyes are small, this is like very nice eyes, this is not very good eyes, not very beautiful eyes. So I pay attention to the eyes. So anything, whatever I identify with, if I identify with my car, I will look at cars only. Who has which car, where did you get from, what is the... So I will think about the car. House, I will look at everybody's house only. So whatever I am identified with in myself, that is what I will look at others. So how beautiful or handsome I look, for me everybody beautiful, handsome, and the lack of it, that only I will see everywhere. So any part of the body, general looks, strength. If I say I am identified with my strength, then I'll see who is strong, who is weak. I look at that. If I'm identified with my emotions, I say I'm a very loving person. Because others don't call me that, but I can call myself. Everybody likes my company. Others may not feel, but I can feel that. So, if I am very identified with my emotions, my emotional personality, then I will look at people as emotions only. This person is very angry, this person all the time sad, this person is always jealous. So, constantly I am looking at emotions only. So, my world will be made of emotions. So, my classification will be based on emotions. If I am identified with my intellectual personality, then I have only two categories in the world: Buddhiman and Buddhu. Only two. So this person, very intelligent, this person, nothing. So I have a very knowledgeable person. He's a thinker. So that will be my first description, because I am noticing that only. Other things don't matter. How that person is dressed, who cares? I don't even notice what he is wearing. Why? Because I am looking at that which I am identified with. So it doesn't really matter. Then somebody will come and say, that person who was wearing a red shirt, that person was asking for you. I don't know his name. Who red shirt? I didn't see any red shirt there. And he was standing, he was talking to you, that person only. Maybe somebody was talking, but I never noticed the shirt. Why? Because I was not identified with my shirt. But the same person, you say, the one who was wearing this, that red color frame glass, oh, that one. Why? I noticed? Because I was identified with my specs, not with my shirt. So what I am identified with, that is what I see. If I understand this principle of what I am seeing is actually a feedback of what I am identified with, then here this verse says, the one who is identified with the unchanging, indestructible, eternal self, what does he see? He sees the indestructible, unchanging, eternal self. Then who will kill whom? Who will do what to whom? Kam ghatayati hantikam. Katham? How? Because there have to be second one. I am not seeing any second. In all the other identifications, body, mind, intellect, etc., there are differences. But when it comes to I am identified and abiding in the self, then there is no difference I am seeing. Because I am connecting with the self only, and that self is, there is no connecting also, there is no verb only, it is one. So the differences don't matter. The person, how he or she looks, how he or she talks, how he or she behaves, it really, nothing of this matters. That is why great Mahatmas, the realized people, they really shower love unconditionally. That is real unconditional love. Why? Because they are established in the self. So for them, it really doesn't matter whether someone is deserving love or not. It doesn't matter. They are showering. So one who knows the self, katham sa purushah partha kam ghatayati hantikam. How is it possible that that person does anything? No action is possible there. Because there is no second one. And definitely not any gruesome action like killing. Because who would want to do that to oneself? It is me only. So what am I doing? If I go and look into the mirror, how much ever angry I am, will I slap the mirror? We have this habit that I am angry for something else with someone else, but I take it out on someone else. This is a usual, we have this habit. Now nobody is there at home. Will we slap ourselves? Take out that anger. I'm not getting anybody. Why did you do that? Who did? Somebody else did it. But why are you slapping? Because I'm not finding anybody else to blame this. So I am doing it. We will never do that to ourselves. We will never look into the mirror and want to slap that person in the mirror. Because I know me only. Kam ghate ti hantikam. Katham, how? How will I do? Even sometimes I may slap myself, okay, on the cheek, possible. But will the palm slap itself? Huh? How can the palm slap? This palm can slap the other palm, but this palm only slap itself. How? I say, no, I can do this. So that also it is not doing it to itself. One part is slapping other part. No, this part should slap itself. Do. How? Katham, how is it possible? Because there is no second one. The one who is established in the self, for him, the whole world is just that self. He is sitting there. And sitting there, how is he seeing? He is not seeing anything beyond that. Atham sapurushav partha kam ghatayati hantikam. How can such a person even do these kind of things? It is not possible. Now all these things Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, and then he concluded that topic of the nature of the self there with the 21st verse, and then he comes back to again his worry, and he says, Arjuna, you are worried about death. First of all, you understand the self doesn't undergo death. So you yourself also and any of these people also not undergoing death. So that was the first. Now one says, okay, I am not worried about the self. Okay. I am not worried about the body also. Yes, body also perishes, that also I understand. Okay. But you said there is an embodied person, the jiva. So not the pure self, but the subtle body which is enlivened by that consciousness, which is called the jiva. This jiva, the individual entity, that is dying or not, means that is affected by death or not. The body dies and then that has to go around and then look for another body and go and sit in that body. It is undergoing pain or not. So that I am worried about that jiva. I am not worried about this body, okay, I am not worried about the self, but that jiva I am worried about, which is actually transmigrating. The samsara is for the jiva. So I am actually worried about that. I am crying for that. What about that? So Bhagavan says, that also doesn't deserve any worry. The jiva also. It is an empirical identity, but that empirical jiva also doesn't need any worry. Why? He says, Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. Bhagavan gives a very, very practical example to make us understand what is this transmigration, what is this death and birth, etc. He is saying, Yatha, just as one Jirnani Vasamsi Vihaya, Naraha, a person, a human being, he Vihaya means having given up, discarding Jirnani Vasamsi, his old clothes. Navani Grihnati, Aparani. He Grihnati, he wears, he dons other new clothes. Just as having given up the old clothes, one person dons new clothes. Similarly, tatha jirnani sharirani vihaya dehi, this embodied one, that is the Jiva, he, having given up the old bodies, he takes up Navani Anyani Sanyati. Other new bodies he takes up. So just as one gives up the old clothes and wears new clothes, similarly, this Jiva also gives up the old body and wears or takes up a new body. This is called death and birth. Now, this verse has so much importance in our understanding. If we say the Hindu culture, one of the important beliefs is rebirth, punarjanma. And rebirth is related to karma. So the theory of karma and punarjanma go together. And this verse validates it. Now we say this verse, no, Bhagwan is only saying, but this is also again based on, he is already validated by quoting the Upanishads, and he is saying this is all in line with the Upanishads only. The Upanishad also says that when one is not yet got that supreme knowledge, then according to his knowledge and actions, he will take up other births. So, Navani Grannati, he takes up new lives, new bodies. So, rebirth is a very, very important understanding. It's not just a belief. When we say it is a belief, it means, I believe in rebirth. So, why do we believe? It is an understanding. Why is it an understanding? Because the theory of rebirth, the important point here is that when we are encouraged to perform our duties and live a righteous life, what is the purpose? Why should I live a righteous life? So it is said, when we live a righteous life, our mind gets purified, and with that purified mind, we are eligible for gaining knowledge, and we gain knowledge of the self, which was said as it is birthless, deathless, etc. That self I am, and having established in that, I go beyond death. That is immortality, that is only liberation. So to get liberated from all sorrows and bondage is what this knowledge is meant for, and therefore I should perform righteous actions. Okay, understood. But what if I don't get knowledge in this lifetime itself? I did all righteous actions, but I did not get its result here itself. Then if we do not believe in rebirth, then all that hard work you did, wasted. Now, if it is wasted, we would say, might as well enjoy. Why should we do good actions? Why should we follow the rules? Because I can escape. As soon as the police comes, jump. Saved. But rebirth is there means you are saved from this police. But there is a bigger police there. So there you will be caught. So there is no escape. So we take responsibility of our actions, we follow the scriptures, we gain knowledge only because of understanding of rebirth. And second is also when, otherwise there is no, the past actions are all useless. And what about the future? What will happen to my future? Now I did all this sadhana. Further in the 6th chapter, Bhagavan also clarifies that don't worry, it will not go waste. So the future is also secure. And sometimes we have such examples, and so many things have been reported nowadays. We can find it many places, not just in these kind of, Gita was there in India, so India there must be examples. There are examples throughout the world where there are small children who are hardly able to speak their mother tongue, and suddenly they speak some foreign language. And so correctly, they are so articulate, they are so clear in their speech. And they take names of places and people, and they take me there. Suddenly, these things are reported. And some of the parents have actually taken them. And they find that all that they have said is all real. There are such people living there. There is such a house there. So many memories. Where did this come from? This seems to be like, there are scary things, don't we? I don't know. Nothing scary. It is a continuity. Some people remember, some people don't. If we ask also yesterday, what did you have for dinner? Some people may remember, some people may not remember. So similarly, past life also, some people may remember. How does it matter? There are people. And after, till a particular age only, after that, everything gets wiped off. And they are free from that connection. But sometimes there is connection. Child prodigies, how are they produced? Is there is no explanation for that? They were lucky, so just they were born with mathematical abilities. Oh, because something must have happened in the previous birth. They have gone through certain training, certain knowledge they have gained, and then in this birth, it is manifesting. Otherwise, actions are there, no result. Then that is no logic. Or results are there, no actions done. That is also no logic. So therefore, here this verse very clearly, in a very, very simple way with an example, is establishing this theory of reincarnation and karma. And here the main point that is stressed upon is, when we change clothes, when we give up the old clothes, is it a painful experience? Then why would the jiva feel pain? Why do we feel pain for the jiva? So it is wearing new clothes. So jiva is also wearing new body. We may say no, but then sometimes what about people who die in their young age only? What about that? But the point is, who decides when the clothes are old? Who decides that? Is there any specific standard timeline that so many years you wear, then it is called old, then you should discard? Here such rules may be there. I don't know. But in general places, there are no such rules that this much time you wear the clothes, after this it is called old, now you give it up. No. The wearer decides, and if the wearer is a small child, then the mother decides. When the clothes have gone old or soiled or whatever, or it is no more useful, now the child has outgrown. Sometimes as children we have this attachment to a particular t-shirt or a particular shorts and all. I want to wear this, I want to wear this all the time I wear this, and now it is like it has started having holes in that, but still I am not giving it up because I love it. It is my favorite t-shirt. So it happens, but then the mother strictly says, enough, now give it up. Still that child doesn't listen. The next day it is already used to clean the table. So then the child said, now I will not wear it. Yes, this is the best way to make you understand that now I have taken it for pocha. Now you will not get it. So that way, even in the case of the body, who decides when it is time to change? Either the wearer, Jiva, or his mother, Ishwar. Nobody else can decide. The clothes don't decide that, okay, now I am old, now take me off and then wear something new. No. And it is not a standard time-based thing also, at any time. And this also can be understood if we understand, let us say, as a play. And in a play, there are so many actors and they are all wearing costumes. When they wear costumes, they wear according to their role, first thing. So some role demands elaborate dressing up, and some role they have become tree. So they wear brown color clothes and take some leaves and they just shake. I have become tree. Over. So they are very easily ready. But a person who has become a king, all that, and someone who has become a demon, and more face painting and so much elaborate it is required. So all that is good. So some places very complicated costumes, some very simple costumes. So similarly, the body also sometimes very sophisticated instruments we get, sometimes very simple and monkey. Simple monkey is still a little bit more sophisticated, but plant, creeper, simple. Some simple, something very advanced type of thing. That's one thing. Second thing, now the king who has elaborately dressed up. Let us see, he has only one scene. So for that one scene also, he has to dress up completely. He can't say, I have only one scene. So give me that branch of that tree. I will take that and go. No, you are a king. You can't take the branch and go. That only tree can have. Oh, but my role is so small. Even if it is so small, you have to wear that costume. You will have to spend that time. Okay. Then he comes on the stage. One scene. He just says, looks at everyone, waves, goes away, over, roll over. Now, roll over, does he have to keep wearing the costume after that? Now, he doesn't have any other role. Even if it was a complicated costume, he took lot of time to wear, doesn't mean that he will get another entry which is outside the script. The script does not allow his re-entry. His entry is over, and that was only for one scene. He has finished that, he is out. Now, he does not need it, he takes it off. Costume use over. Whereas this tree fellow, he is there as a background for the whole skit. Scene 1, he is there. Scene 2, he is there. Scene 3, he is there. So he is there throughout. So he has to be standing there. He cannot remove his costume till the end of the play because he is there in all the scenes. So even if he is not the hero, because he is there in all the scenes, he has to be there. And even if somebody is the hero, he is there in just 2 or 3 scenes, he finishes that, he can remove his costume. So who decides? The wearer, the mother, or the script? And who has written the script? The mother only has written the script. Ishvara has written. So it is decided how much time we need to keep this. But till the time it is there, we can achieve the highest. Whatever time is given to us, that little bit 2 scenes I have, but the 2 scenes I perform so well that I get an award for the best actor. But he was there just for 2 scenes, he is getting, because he performed so well. And after that, out of the costume. So similarly, here also, it is this kind of changing of the costume that this body also is changed. So there is no pain as such involved. And one more very important thing is, when we, Diwali time and all, we get new clothes and all, we wear new clothes. Now the point is that wearing new clothes a sad thing or something that we look forward? Oh, new clothes, new clothes. Nowadays it is not Diwali only, anytime we wear new clothes. Earlier it used to be like festival to festival. So it's a festive occasion, we'll have new clothes and then we are looking forward to those new clothes and wearing those new clothes. So similarly, maybe the Jiva is looking forward. This is over, now my job is done here. Now for my progress, according to my master plan, I need a new instrument and therefore I need new pair of clothes, and I go with fresh clothes and do my duty ahead. So that is my glorious journey as a Jiva. And for this, Arjuna, you are grieving. It is. The Jiva is only progressing. The Jiva is only going forward. So even if we feel that it is not the right time, who are we to judge? It is actually the wearer, the mother, and the script that decides how much one wears the clothes. And very naturally they give up and take up another clothes, another identity. So that is how the jiva also continues its journey. So there is nothing to grieve. So further, that's what he's again stressing upon and saying that if this is the journey, then where is the reason to grieve? ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ